Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my goodness, today was a relaxing day, a little bit more so. I got much needed rest. I ended up taking a nice long nap, and I had some of you telling me that that will help to stave off Alzheimer's, if that was ever a thing. And, just helps to refresh and make you feel better. And don't be afraid to take naps in retirement. And I think I'm going to take your advice on that because I feel a whole lot better. And yeah, it's one of those like, I was feeling very guilty taking naps, very guilty taking time away from everything else that I wanted to do. This is a yarn, knitting, and crochet channel. But you know what? Sometimes I got to show it. You got to stop and smell the roses. Look at this. Is that not a beautiful bouquet of roses? So, like I said, I did take my nap. And I woke up from my nap and hubby had all of these. He had this big, beautiful bouquet for me. And I asked him, I said, why? Why did, I'm not complaining. They're gorgeous, right? I mean, can we see these? Look at that, right? Can we look? Can we just admire the beauty of these? And they're orange. They're orange and with a yellow tinge to them. Oh, they're so pretty and they smell amazing. So it was kind of funny because I'm like, well, why do I have roses? And he said, well, honey, I thought that you needed them, you deserved them, and our anniversary is in a couple of days, and I just wanted you to have those. And when you wake up. And so I thought that was just the sweetest thing. Yes, our anniversary is in a couple days. That's the 2nd of July. We will have been married for 35 years. And he just still surprises me and he still amazes me. And it is just wonderful. So sometimes I just have to remind myself, just kind of stop, smell the roses. And so what if a craft doesn't get done? So what if I took a nap? So what? There's a lot of so what's along with that. The most important things are for us and everything is family. So I have my husband, I have my family, the children around, grandchildren. Yes, we get to see the grandchildren today too. All of those things are what's important. So what if I took a nap? So what if I didn't get a craft done? I did the important things in life, and I must have done something right because, do we see these? These are amazing. And these are beautiful long stem roses equipped with all the thorns. And I say that because when I trimmed those stems, I did get poked with one of the thorns. It happens, right? You got the beauty and you have the thorns. That's just all there is to it. So those are my gorgeous anniversary roses, kind of a preclude. We do have reservations and plans for our anniversary. Took care of all of that. So we're going to go out and do some amazing things. Then, yeah, it's a little bit new. We're doing some new stuff and everything. So I thought that was kind of fun. Crafting wise, what I pulled out, and I haven't done anything with it in a while, but remember yesterday? Was it yesterday? I don't know. All the days run together. I pulled out this crochet. Yeah, it was. It was when I was pulling out the socks. In the bag, I had a crochet hook, a size C crochet hook. Well, I know I have some projects going with my size C crochet hook, and one of them is my beautiful Nature's Walk blanket. I have all these gorgeous squares, and it just has not seen the light of day in a while because, other things. And I'm not even sure how many squares I have. I know when I was at the previous house, I laid them all out and I looked at them, and I'll figure out how I want to organize them, what tactic that I want as far as that goes. But I have a bunch of them, and this is all made out of sock yarn. This is the majority of the sock. Look at how pretty. Look at those. Look, I have stuff. This is so nice. So the majority of the sock yarn. Oh my, this one's not going in it. This is my opal sock yarn. I might be another socks with these. Oh, that's right. Sidetrack. That's right. This one right here, it reminded me of the Superman ice cream. And this was my 8-day sock challenge. I made a pair of socks with this opal yarn. And in black, I put around the cuff music notes because I gave these to my daughter-in-law who likes to sing. So, and then the opal sock yarn, it's just such a good wearing, hard wearing sock yarn. I thought that was perfect. But how gorgeous is that? I'm going to weigh that. I know this is enough to make a full adult pair? No. Footies? Maybe. Depends on how much is in there. But if I do different for the heels, toes, and cuff, I might be able to get a small pair out of this. I'm not sure. It really depends on how much it weighs. I can't tell. It looks like half's in here, but it might not be. You know, it might be like 40 grams as opposed to whatever. But yeah, that one's not going in the blanket. That's going back in some socks. And I've got some other gorgeous color. Look at these. These beautiful colors. So this is the KNC sock yarn. Joann Fabrics was selling these. And I think these were like $2.99 when I got them. And I got so many of them that I didn't want to necessarily make a bunch of socks with it. I mean, I could. And this color, I think I only got one of, right? I ran, yeah, favorite 90s stripe. I only got the one. That's all they had. Yeah, my store's beautiful. So this is definitely 100% going to go into the blanket. But I've got some other colors in there and some fun stuff. And, oh, the Nature's Walk blanket is a free pattern. It is a free pattern on Ravelry for, I think, like 6 of the squares. And then if you want the bonus pack for another additional 6 different crochet squares and some more schematics on how you would put them together and some ideas and a nice border trim to go around it, you can pay for that one. I bought both. I bought that one, so I have both the 12 squares. But truthfully, if you went and did the free ones and you look at this, you know, you're like, okay, how big is my square? You could make up your own squares too to go with it. And would this be better if I used a solid or a semi-solid to see all the different shapes? Yeah, of course. But when have I followed the rules on any crafting goodness? I do what I want. So I've got that going on. And one of the other things I did find, got another bag, Walmart bag. Daughter left it at the house. I'm using it. You know, everything turns into a project bag, doesn't it? So I have all of these. These are the solids. My friend gave me a bunch of the Drops Fable in beautiful colors, right? Did some colors. One of you guys, oh, that's right. One of you said that you think this might be Drops Fable. I don't know. So if you guys know or recognize that, that would be cool. That would be really cool. So I've got 2 of these, and I'm gonna put, where's the orange? I'm gonna put the orange with that. See, and I even have the needles, right? Because I pulled out another sock yesterday. Yeah, so I got the needles, and I want to do heels, toes, and cuffs with that, with the orange, because that was a suggestion with one of you guys, and you're brilliant. You guys are amazing. Be like my John Deere tractor socks or something. I love it. I absolutely love it. So no, I haven't started it yet. I want to. I want to start all the things. I mean, I love my oranges, and I got this beautiful bouquet of this oranges and yellow, gorgeous roses sitting right there also. It's just amazing. So I've got them. I set that there so I have them together. But that's not what I was talking about. Well, obviously it was what I was talking about. Those were literally the words coming out of my mouth. But I have all of these other beautiful colors, you know, speaking of orange. In the trim around it, you know, you can do whatever colors that you choose. Well, I bought a bunch of these. This was from Wool Warehouse. Drops Fable yarn from Wool Warehouse before they had the tariffs issue and they weren't going to send anything to the United States. And this is well before we moved to this house, you know, before then. And I panic bought a whole bunch of things, and all these beautiful, I got solid sock yarn to go with my other sock yarns. And I did this because I'm making this blanket, and I was thinking I would use the orange to crochet it all together, kind of like a big creamsicle, right? So the orange, crocheting it all together, and then doing a crocheted lace around it with this. Yeah, so that was the goal. And I've got a lot of oranges in these. See, like that one has orange, right? But crocheting them all together with the orange and then having that white and doing a complete border. And it should be a nice lightweight blanket, right? Because it's fingering weight, thin, but it should still have a good strength and warmth to it. Doesn't necessarily need to be strength in it, but has warmth to it because it's a 75, most of them I think are 75% wool, 25% nylon because they are leftover sock yarns. But that's what I bought all of these for. I got a bunch of, and can you believe it? I only got one of the mustard, and yeah, just one. Look at the apple green. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. So I got all of these fun colors thinking, okay, maybe, and I wanted to do colorwork socks, and I was thinking with this for the blanket, right? All the oranges and the whites probably for the blanket. And then these colors, did I have another green in here? Oh, that's more orange. And then these colors I thought would be really cool, and you can't go wrong with a good red. Would be very cool for colorwork socks, making like little flowers, the flowers in the stem. You know, those just little tiny motifs. If you've seen the book, the Doodlegrams, you know, those right there have all the color work, but they're only like this big. They're great to start with. Well, they're great to do anything with. You just pick a whole bunch of them, right? But they're great to do that because you can make just one strip, kind of like a ribbon, almost like a decorative ribbon. And I was thinking that right there, and that's why I specifically got this. And I pared it down because I had at one point like 36 skeins of this stuff in my bag or more. And then it's like, no, I don't need all that. So I pared it all down, but I still ended up with a good chunk. It's nice to have this bag because I also have my black. So I do have black and white because if you want to do color work, that nothing contrasts better than that black and white, right? I mean, that's some great contrast work. And if I wanted to do, I know I've got my Selbu mittens pattern, right? So we're going off on all sorts of things. When I see all this stuff, I think color work. So I've got that, and I could do mittens and everything with the fingering weight yarn. So I've got plenty of that. And then, the Lavatan mittens, which are another color work, right? So you've got that, and then put a little pop of red in it. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. So this is how my mind works, and this is how I end up starting so many things. I'm extremely proud of myself right now because I've not started anything new. I've done really, really well. I've been just working on the things that I have going. I'm not finished anything, but I progressed on a bunch of stuff. Oh, that was the other question. I was talking about my sprint knitting, and some of you were like, hey, I missed a few episodes. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I get that. What I did for that, it was on a Tackle It Tuesday. So if you want to go back and look at that, then definitely feel free. You can see all the projects. I had one of my bags that I'm always talking about, one of these things, right? And I pulled out, I had 5 projects in it. Not any specific projects. I mean, I ended up with, in the bag, I had 2 pairs of socks, I had a shawl, I had a baby jumper, and I had an emotional support chicken. So I had 5 different projects. And then my goal was, because we looked at those, and my goal was the next day to work on all 5 of those for at least 30 minutes. Just really put a blitz on it to see how much I could get done, to really kind of push myself to focus on that. And partly it was because if I have that contest in my own brain, like a video game, then that will kind of keep me away from the whole scrolling garbage. I mean, that is so addicting. I'd like to say it's not, but it is so addicting. And it's one of those that, I'll just be on it for a few minutes. And then, hours have disappeared. So with that goal, that kind of has me put those toys down, has me doing something that I want to do, something that I enjoy doing and I feel good about. So that was the whole gist of that is, I believe it's like agile in programming language, program managers, and you're doing your sprints are a small bite-sized chunks in a timeline. And everyone, if you're on a team, everyone on the team focuses all their energy on that one task, that one thing, to just move the bar as far as you possibly can. Well, that's what I was doing with that bag, with those 5 projects, is to see what I could do. One of them did not get worked on, but I subbed in a different one. So I still did 5 projects. I still worked on 5. And I was shocked at how much I got done. It was visible on all 5 of them. There was a visible improvement. It wasn't like, oh, I did 3 rows on this. Trust me, you can't really see them, but no, that is, I say that. Let me grab, where's my purple shawl? Did I drop my purple shawl? My purple shawl was right here. All right, well, I cannot see my purple shawl. I had it. Look, I got things that I ripped out. Yeah. Well, I don't know where that one went. Okay, so on the purple shawl that I was working on, oh, there it is. Found it. So on this one, if I worked on it I should probably do that. Because I haven't touched this one in a while. If I worked on this one for about half an hour or so, even if I put a marker on it and said, hey, look, there I am. You're not going to see 2 rows very well. Look at this. Look how that's tiny and lace, and right? It's like, trust me. See, I started right here, right? That's what I would be doing. I'd be like, see, I did that. Can you see there's an extra hole? I did a whole extra row of holes. That's what that would be. So some projects, you're just not going to see that difference very, very quickly just by the nature of the project. I mean, lace, you don't see the progress on lace until it's done, and then it needs to be blocked and it blooms and it's gorgeous. But in that project bag were 5 projects that really lent themselves to having a spectacular reveal. There are a lot of other things that would not do that. Like I said, it's like, oh, trust me, I worked on it. Yeah, you're like, no, you didn't. You can't tell. I know. On my notes say I'm on row 79 of this. I don't know. I don't remember how many rows are in this particular pattern, but yeah, that's 79. And I flew through that because it's typical when you're starting this, because you just have a little few stitches, right? You know, you're just a little tiny stitches. And then I'm probably over 100 stitches per row on this right now. And then of course it's complete lace. But then your rows get bigger and they get bigger. And it's one of those, it can get to where it might take an hour or so just to do one row. And you can't really see one row in lace. Not really, not too well. So I just thought that was a lot of fun to do the sprint. And it was very successful to have picked out. And I didn't even really pick them. They were just in that bag. But to have had 5 projects that I could move the bar on and make that difference. That was amazing. So that made me feel that made me feel really nice. Now I need to add in, maybe not doing the sprint. Oh, that was the other thing. Okay, I was reading comments because I do read the comments. Is one of the other suggestions is maybe not do that sprint, because I can't do that daily because that's too much like a job, right? And I'm retired. I don't want a job, right? That's why you retire, is doing that maybe once a month. And I was thinking even like every other week might be fun if I have projects that lend itself to that, because I have other things like this that I just picked up, right? I've got my blanket with my yarn on it, and 30 minutes on this I think would be just laying out the squares and saying, how many squares do I have and what order do I want to put them in, right? So some things, let me put the yarn back where it belongs, some things don't lend themselves to that. That's not to say there won't be progress, although I don't believe I have enough squares. So doing that, I could definitely crochet up 2 or 3 squares, maybe not in 30 minutes, but I could crochet. You know, one of the other things that I noticed, when I have that goal, and I always put the goal for 30 minutes, most of the time I work on whatever the project is a lot longer than that. I have found that to be the case because I'm having fun and I'm like, oh wait, one more row. It'll really show, it'll make a difference. One more thing. Or if I'm working with multicolored yarn, let me get to the next stripe because that's a lot of fun. And the reason, because I have this sitting right here, the reason this one, the Emotional Support Chicken, didn't get any work done on it was because I have to rip some out or make another decision. Like, oh yeah, that's going to take time. All the other ones were set up to just go. They were in a place where it was knitting around and around, or, you know, just continue on status quo, no problem. So I thought that was really good. Oh, you know, here's another thing. Hopefully you'll get a chance to. I was scrolling through Facebook, told you. I was scrolling through Facebook and I looked at, because Tyler, Arcane Fiberworks is one of the things that are in my Facebook feed, which is why I found Tyler to begin with, because he was doing a lot of heavily marketing to yarn people. And, you know, I was getting his ads and I thought it was AI garbage. I really did. I thought it was AI garbage. His pictures were beautiful. The yarn was spectacular. I just thought it was a scam. It's not. I have a lot of his yarn. So he found another box or 2 of 3 colors of the bamboo yarn. And when I looked at it, it was $16 a skein. He had the burgundy, he had the forest iron, and here, which one is it? This one right here. This is Ironwood Forest. He had Ironwood Forest, he had the black cherry right here, and then he had a navy color. And before I came on, I know one of them was sold out. I don't know if he had these 2 left, or he had the iron. He had this. I don't know if it was this one in the navy or these 2 together. I don't remember which one, but they were $16 a skein, United States, and I think it was 29 Canadian. I did not order any more, or 20 something. I don't know. It was crossed off because I was looking at the US stuff. I did not order any more. I'm just letting you know if it's available and it's something that you're like, man, she showed that. It's gorgeous. I want some. He found a box or 2, so it might already be gone. I don't know, but I'll read you the specs on it. It's gorgeous. I haven't worked with it, but it's pretty. It is fingering weight. It's a sock yarn, 65% merino, 20% bamboo, and 15% silk. It's 437 yards for the 100 grams. And I do have one of these wound and ready. I just haven't started it. And this is just gorgeous. So I do like them. They're beautiful. And you know, if you can get a deal, if you can get some, if you happen to get a couple of skeins of it while he found that extra box, more power to you. You have no competition from me. I have already bought mine. I just want to share pretty. It's not an affiliate link. It's not anything else. I don't get any money for it. I bought all of mine with my own money because it's beautiful. And if you end up getting some, you'll be doing the same because it's just really pretty. And you're like, I want to touch pretty. And this is my first time playing with his bamboo blend yarn. I don't know if he's going to find any more, but he found a couple boxes and they dyed them up and said, here, buy for, you know, go forth, sell them, get them out of stock. We need space. So I thought that was kind of nice. I thought it was really, really neat. And I'm not going to lie, if it was one of the other colors that I was drooling over and didn't get because my husband got 23 skeins of yarn. We got 23. I got enough. I got enough to make like 5 sweaters. And there was a couple colors that obviously there's hand dyers will make more colors that you fall in love with. But there were definitely some other colors. I'm like, should I get these? Should I get those? And if one of those colors were ones that he put up and said, hey, I dyed some more yarn. I've got this color. I would have probably pushed the button. I probably would have. And it's funny because I ended up with 5 skeins of the black cherry, right? You know, 5 of them. And black cherry, this was one of the colors that he did have a couple extra of. And I thought about it. I'm like, I could use more. It's okay. It's okay. Let someone else have it. It's okay. But it crossed my mind. I'm like, I could get a couple more. It would be okay. It's really pretty. So you guys, if you guys drool over all the sales too and everything else, and you're like, oh, but I missed that one. We all do it. But hand dyers will make something else gorgeous. That's what they do. That is their job. And they will make something else that makes us swoon. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you haven't seen it, if you wanted to, I was told about the sale or I would have completely missed it. And obviously I took advantage with all of the different skeins and what have you. Lots of fun. Well, anyway, I should probably let you go. We're going to look at those roses one more time, right? Because look at these. Oh, aren't those pretty? So I think we should just take a little extra time sometimes and smell those roses. I mean, they're just, oh my gosh, they are so pretty. Have you seen a bouquet like this? I mean, he did great. Sometimes different colors. This is just me. This is gorgeous. This is, wow, these are so pretty and what a nice surprise. All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.